Alright, it should be working now. Hey. Yeah, I'm gonna fire everyone right now. Yeah, it's just a bit unwell like before, which is why the chat delayed. Oof. I mean, I did say I was going to do this, so I didn't want to really pull out like 10 minutes before. And yes, send out a broadcast. I mean, like, I can only really shift if I have the energy for it to die. I mean, you can't really watch me shift because so basically what people ask me about my clone, but the problem is I don't have one. It's like how to know I'm like currently in my waiting room is I will basically be offline for like a couple of hours at a time, and usually my profile's a bit glitchy whenever I'm away. I don't leave anyone behind. No, I've done live streams before. So basically I scripted that where um basically everyone in this reality except for me forgets about me. So I basically just like stop it for a while. I mean, if you see someone shift, you're not really gonna see anything. Like they'll just lay down, shift, and then stand back up, and the clone will get up, and like nothing happens. So Yeah, she wasn't feeling that well, so like she's just off to rest. I think maybe I was just being an ass tonight. This is a Q&A stream for shifting respawn and spirituality. Answer the questions. I guess if Leo Oxy come, they might join in. I mean, I don't think my accent's that Scottish, but that's just. She tried to close down, I mean, not completely, and then open it again. It felt to be home. Um, so the first couple of times you shift to your DR waiting room is like the only kind of way to feel it is just home. That's like the only way to describe it. But it's like once you get to the stage where I've been, once you go like really often, then you kind of just start to lose that feeling. Like you still get it, but just not as much because it's kind of like you become kind of more like adjusted to where you're going. No, I'm a ringmaster. I own my own circus in Kentucky. I'm hiring clowns. Anyone want to join? I also like to meet other shifters. Honestly, you can kind of tell because when you meet another shifter, like in a reality, it's like their energy is completely different, and they're like they just kind of seem a lot more aware. So long as stay last month. I've spent 2, 3 months in my waiting room at once, but after tonight, me and some friends are meeting up in my waiting room to just kind of relax. And then tomorrow I'm going to do a project, which is a DR set in Tokyo I've been working on for like a month. And it's 1 day or like 1 hour equals a year. So I'm going to go there for a while. Did you ever use social media? No, because my DR and waiting room are quite kind of fantasy based, so social media is not really like a big thing there. Removing chakras, I didn't actually remove them, so I can't really answer.
Oh,
Do you like memes? I'll let you decide that.
when your voice suddenly showed up and scared the life out of me. Whew.
Oh wow, we suddenly went from 20 to 40.
Oh Jesus. Oh hey, it's KZZ.
This is supposed to be.
Ma'am, I thought you were ill.
Nemo. Re- Misty.
Let's just be honest. Whenever me, Chink, are in a chat together, shit happens.
You're right. You're right. Currently, I'm sitting with my cat on my bed, and she's not moving, so I'm stuck on the broken half of my bed.
Nice.
That's
Currently, I'm in bed sitting next to a cup of coffee.
okay.
That's
So people who are joining Hive, because we're not going to be here for a long time, that means not getting off topic. If you have questions, please put them in bold so we can go ahead and get this live stream started because it's kind of dry.
Yeah, and we've already lost like 20 minutes out of the 40, so
oh really?
Our dream,
our dream
yes,
shifts.
like this.
Yeah, regular dreams aren't technically, but lucid dreams, because you feel all five senses, are technically in a way shifts.
Yeah.
Regular
Usually, the
dreams
more
are. Oh, on you go.
oh, I was just gonna say, like, the more that you can physically like interact with the said dream, the more that it's probably a reality, rather than just
Mm.
like a random crackheaded dream where you just see like a cat with two heads. You know what I mean?
If it's a crackhead dream, then it's just random thoughts. If it's like a dream, like lucid, then it's probably a reality.
Hmm.
Okay, so basically, to like sum up what they're trying to say is dreams aren't shifts because dreams, like if you get to like, I guess like the science, like medical part of it, dreams are basically just like you're going into REM sleep after you get past the stage 3 sleep, you're going to stage 4 sleep. So that's what it's dealing with, like your brain and stuff. But like when you're lucid dreaming, because you can shift through lucid dreaming, it's shifting real, yes? Question mark. Anyways, so after you get into stage 4, not stage 4. That question really threw me off. I'm so sorry, y'all. So, anyways, so lucid dreams are basically shifts, but people don't understand that dreams are like the difference between like a dream and like a lucid dream is like how you feel. Somebody answer this other question because that other question threw me the fuck off.
Ah, Jesus.
Do you ever get scared someone is spying on you while astral projection? No, we're always being watched.
Okay, I swear to God, if your phone keeps going off.
Oh,
Shut
it's
your phone
mine.
off.
How are you?
Everybody go.
I'm kind of ill, but I'm like getting better, so yeet.
Oof. I'm
Well,
so sorry. I'm decent, I guess.
Do you feel sometimes that you need to go back? I mean, some people yes, some people no.
you need.
It kind of depends, because like some people shift before they want to, like by accident, so they might want to come back.
Mm-hmm. And I'm fine. I just have a headache.
How good are butterflies as a sign? Honestly, in my opinion, you don't need signs at all to shift because you manifest it yourself. So like signs are just a manifestation of your belief.
Bye, Cece. We love you.
Right?
Well, I love you about them.
Okay, this isn't me.
That was me.
Oh, where is it?
Okay, so the voice call. Okay, so this is the live stream. This Amino has it now to like where it's kind of like YouTube based, but you can live stream on a platform. So this voice call is the live stream. No, you cannot join. It's just me and other people. I'm so sorry, y'all.
You really forgot our names.
I was like, gee, I've known you for how long now? You can't remember my name. Okay.
I'm like, I've known you for like half a year and you can't even remember 3 letters.
My head hurts. Stop.
Me
I
with
just threw
respawn?
up and I can still remember your name.
Like, what is the
Leave me
letter for? Me with respawn? I'm
that.
sorry.
Listen,
Sorry,
and then cut.
I'm crying over here.
Okay, guys, questions. Don't be dry.
Oh no no.
I want people chilling, working.
Oh yeah,
Bye.
if anyone clowns my accent, you're gonna get kicked. Yeet.
Well, your accent is hilarious.
How is this hilarious? I
Okay,
think it's
this live stream's ending. Goodbye, everyone.
no Sen.
Okay, so my credit card number is 4403-3912-2651.
Ma'am? Ma'am?
Your accent sounds like Irish. Well, I'm part Scottish, part Irish, and part English. So
OMG, I'm part English too.
yeah, I'm
I'm
like
over here.
45% English, 50% Scottish, 5% Irish or something.
I'm like, I don't even remember shit. Cause
See,
you
How
know,
the
I'm
fuck
Native
do I sound Australian?
American, I'm African, I'm Russian, I'm somewhere along the lines of East Asian. I have a lot of different blood. Just America, where everything exists.
Misty, you're American? I thought you were lesbian.
I'm pansexual. I'm a pansexualis.
hey,
Okay, let
moving.
me just.
Questions, please, or y'all just gonna be on crack. We have 36 people working.
Any questions? It can be a question. Come on now. Kaguya likes pans confirmed. Maybe. No, just joking.
What's your question, love? It can be anything you want within reason. Within
Read
that's on topic of
Nemo.
you know.
I just saw
I
Nemo.
had
Look.
Nemo like ma'am.
How's there 7 people typing but no one sent a single message? What kind of trick
What
ass
will
shit?
What will opening your third eye do? Your third eye, well, depending on the person, like when I opened my third eye, for example, I ended up being able to see lines of fate and destiny, but that's just me. Not everybody's going to experience that. Some people just get an elevated sense of consciousness. Others, like, sometimes open up their psychic powers and abilities. It all depends on you. No, you don't always see when you open up your third eye. That's a common misconception. It's kind of like up to the person's, like, suggestibility and acceptability of like the reality that they're in.
Mm-hmm. No ghosts, ma'am.
I have plenty of ghosts. They're lovely. Do you have any of you been something inhuman in another reality? Of course.
Stares at my hand.
Yes. That would be a perfect time for me. But I need to join. So I wanted the ghost to visit me, please. Well, I had an earth clear spirit about some months ago trying to kill me. You want them?
How important is
Me.
scripting? Not that important actually. As long as you kind of know what you want, then it's fine.
Unless you're an OCD crack addict like me who can't stop going.
Exactly. Again, 10 people typing, but there's no messages. What the fuck is this trick ass shit?
Yeet, when I awakened my third eye, I could see weird shapes of like random people. Again, it depends on the person. Some people will experience more than others, vice versa.
Experience with a life app?
Well,
No,
okay,
I
how
don't
for
use it.
in the scripting? How important is
I,
so scripting is like not that important. I mean, it's nice to have like a list of what you want, but honestly, you could literally just like know what you want and have your subconscious fill everything else in.
Ma'am, we answered that like five
Life
minutes
app ain't my
ago.
cup of tea, bro.
what you know what? I just don't find the point of the Lifa app. Like, what's the point of getting the Lifa app if you can just manifest with your mind in the real? I didn't understand that. I don't know.
True.
I was like, let me go to my corner of gold.
How to get back to shifting, not being
Is
attached to bitch. Just treat it as a dream. Like, just tell yourself, like, no, this is real.
is it necessary to omit negative words like not and never in your scripts and affirmations? So I feel like with your affirmations, like this goes back to like limiting beliefs because like people are like don't add not and never because like your subconscious like absorbs like them and like it'll like pick out the nitty gritty. I feel like that's limiting belief in my opinion. And then like this goes back into like scripts because scripts can basically be stories. So if you add the word not, then what we doing? You feel me?
The app has mini games. Ma'am, this is not Candy
How do
Crush.
I?
So when people
So when
say
people
they
say they substitute to a bad version of the DR, they don't scripted. I would probably say it's down to belief because I made a post on how to like avoid realities you don't want to go to. And it's literally what I say in it is just like affirm to yourself and like believe you're going like to this one specific reality. So
yeah, because like I actually read up on stuff today because this was bored, but like with like reality shifting, it's basically like dimension or like what is it? What's the other one? Quantum something. Sorry, y'all.
quantum jumping.
Yeah, that. So like it's like sort of similar to that. It's like there are infinite realities. So like you might have not had your attention set on like the right reality or whatever. So or like you were like so eager and then like that kind of backfired. So it's really like a trial and error thing, and I feel like that's what people are like so scared about.
Wisu, how
What
do I
is
join
What is
listen?
your favorite?
Wisu, you're listening right now. Like if you're in the chat, you're listening to this and you can join.
What is your favorite way of shifting and your favorite way of being so far? I just roll over and go to sleep. I kid you not, just roll and sleep.
literally honestly? Okay, so what do you got? Okay, so for me, I literally like my first few times, like like I was doing methods and shit. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep this professional. I was doing methods and stuff like that of that caliber, but now like I literally just set the intention and it happens. What do you guys think of Reddit dimensional jumping? So I was looking at that, and I know this one girl was talking about she had cancer, and then like she was like, "Could I like leave the reality or like leave my body or whatever to go to a new one?" And I wanted to comment it so bad, yes you can, but people were like, "No, you can't. Like think about the consequences before you make that jump." And I'm like, "Ooh, yikes, kind of negative." So it's a good place to get like your basics, but like they have a lot of like limiting beliefs within that community themselves.
What
What
exactly is
exactly
reality?
is?
Reality is basically just kind of like what you perceive around you in like your everyday life.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Bro, they real life
Or
bleak.
actually, like a projection of what other people perceive you as, because like there's this thing, and I'm gonna be really, it's gonna be like something that kind of makes a little bit no sense, but if enough people project something onto a person, they can actually create a reality of what they actually perceive of you. It's pretty creepy.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to manifest something for someone that is, nah, it's about the same. Does food taste more real in your DR? I mean, food is food.
Food, like it tastes the same. I mean, better obviously, but I mean,
We're trying to get into the I am state. What exactly am I supposed to focus on? I think it was like mainly affirmations and pretending you're in a void was how you got into that. But then I haven't done that for like months.
okay. So with the I am state, because I was friends with the girl who made it popular again, Peachy. So I know she was talking about like the I am state. I know she's like featured like some post on it herself and her experiences and all this stuff. But it's like the lullaby myth with Never Goddard. It's something similar to that because Never Goddard is like not the founder of like shifting, but like he made it. He took it to approach. So with the I am state, like focus solely on the affirmations and then like detaching your consciousness from your like your vessel, your current body, and then like going into the void. The void is basically your consciousness where you it's basically like where you're like nothing but pure consciousness. Legit.
What is the What is the void? The void is just kind of something. It has like two different meanings. If you're gonna go off of like Ivy's version, for example, the void is just something that's like unneeded, discarded, and something that's like kind of just thrown away in a sense.
Man, we literally just
It's
answered that.
it.
She
Yes.
literally.
So people don't listen to me. How do you think the person? How do you think the first person? How do you think the first person to shift it react? I mean, like the first person to shift it. I mean, like if we going back like eons and eons and eons and shit and other universes and shit, they probably just chilling.
Like, oh, I'm here. Well, time to go.
Can we shift to a different house? Well, technically you're shifting reality to get to that house or using manifestation, so
What celebrities are K-pop?
Go
I
for it.
like K-pop, so yeah. Do you think shifted? Might have shifted. So I feel like a lot of like celebrities use law of attraction, which is of course shifting because you manifest your shifts. So I feel like in my opinion like The Weeknd, Ariana Grande, and like a lot of like artists and even like some of the small ones that I listen to like use some type of manifestations for like their reality, if that makes sense.
Misty, I'm gonna
K-pop,
eat your weave.
I don't listen to K-pop, so
how has shifting changed your view in life? I mean, to be honest, shifting has kind of made things boring for me because I'm kind of like, oh, I can just kind of like go anywhere and do whatever. And it's kind of been like that because I've been gone in my waiting room for like almost like a year now. So I'm just kind of like bored of what to do.
to me, I
If any, oh, sorry.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Chi.
No, go ahead.
Uh, for me, shifting, I think it's because like this time I just didn't respond in any life, so it's just kind of like in general, like when I come to worlds like these, it's just kind of like I have the same experience of like the whole thing of really realizing just how many lessons that people haven't learned or do learn, and it's kind of like an annoyance almost. Like I get really annoyed with these types of worlds because they're like always the same, and it's always the same continuous patterns that people have. Yet I have to
Mhm.
still deal with it. So maybe I'm always just kind of like aggravated with the world a little bit, just a little bit.
Same. I mean, for me, I feel like shifting has like not made my life better because my life was fine beforehand, but I just feel like it gave me a more secular view that I already had because like what's your name again?
My
Cuckoo
name is
talk.
Alec.
It's just like
Man,
you live and you learn. How reliable do you think tarot reading apps are? So there's only one app I feel like is really accurate. It's only available for Android, and I'm so pissed about it. It's called Galaxy Tarot. I think you can get an AFK if you have an iPhone, or you can use an emulator. Golden Tarot is really hit or miss in my opinion. If anything, if you're trying to become a tarot reader, I really just think you should buy a digital deck or literally just go online and find a printable PDF of some tarot cards and learn yourself because people like it's a for me it's a pet peeve of mine being a tarot reader and people are like trying to learn tarot or like they're trying to like do their own tarot readings and they don't understand like the of it or like like their intuition has it built up for like it you can find PDFs online so like tarot apps I feel like are more so good for like learning, but like if you need like a good like not a real reading, but like if you need like a really good in-depth reading, like either take it seriously and learn from yourself, don't rely on an app or a website, or just go ahead and find a PDF tarot card deck or something. Or tarotcard.net is a really good website to use. And I think Ava Tarot was on Kagu. She used as well was really good. So
it's not it's
feel
not
like Fran Terry
Eve like no other.
really
I was like, Jesus.
I'm
Is it
sorry, y'all. I'm
possible to shift? Didn't we talk about
Go
this?
Yeah,
ahead.
Yeah, we did.
do you think people who have shifted can use life app and the do shift flowers? So that's kind of like a popular question that keeps getting asking, like, can you shift others? Like, you can, but how you do it takes like so long and it's so hard and dangerous to do that it's like three times longer than just shifting yourself. So it's like really just pointless because life app doesn't work for shifting others because that's been proven.
Can
I
shifting be a
can
form?
actually go on.
Yes. Go ahead, ma'am.
So I and like the only way that you can ensure it goes fast, all right, because everyone has like their own lessons and like their own deal and like their own problems and their own emotional issues, spiritual issues, whatnot you have. And I'm gonna tell you right now, like I'm still here mainly because I was working through all of this with them, and it takes a while, but you also have to make sure that your scripts and like if you guys do scripts or like your intention is that everything is like directed into the same timeline or stuff, because even if you do shift, you guys can actually end up scattered into different dimensions. So
And we don't.
that's why I'm always different dimension half the time, and they're still here or they're somewhere off different. So it's just a whole depend on how you go about it. But if you do have the will, the drive, and like the practice, you can do it.
Dangerous how so? Well, the main reason that I know is to like meddle with other people's kind of like soul fates and things, which can just kind of be like, yeah,
Because like if you really
yes,
think
quick
about
questions involved.
because like when you think about it, like shifting is basically, I guess, like a new life, quote unquote, unquote. So like you're like this goes back into like the post I made about unfinished business because like you're technically leaving this reality here that you were placed here for. Regardless if you're shifting or respawning, like you have lessons or something that you need to learn depending on how big or small they are. What is one of your favorite memories? One of the other realities you have of experience? For me, it was my Naruto reality and kicking Orochimaru's ass. Beautiful, beautiful.
For me, probably, I don't know, probably when I got to see Oxy get drunk in my waiting room.
Do you think age
Mm.
has any influence when someone's ability is to shift? No, because we were shifting like way before.
Uh,
What's the best food y'all
to
have eaten
answer.
in other realities? Honestly, like, I just kind of eat what I eat here in other realities, so like curry, ramen, and stuff.
For me, it was ramen. Listen, listen. Oh, and then it was what was it? It was like some type of wafer like type potato chips. Shit was good as fuck.
Mine was
Oh, sorry, mate. In what way
sukiyaki.
can you consciously build
Yeah.
intuition? I mean, intuition is just intuition. Like, you kind of get better if it was like EQ.
Okay, so way to build up
Uh,
intuition is what was you about to say, Kagu?
oh no. Continue. I gotta answer Lilith after.
Okay, so a way to go ahead and build up intuition is basically like this goes back into like the whole tarot card thing. Like you learn like I can link your subliminal that'll help you like increase your intuition. I mean your intuition, not tuition. This is not college. Your intuition and stuff like that. But like daily practice, like even like listen to see okay, it's like how do I put this into words? So basically, your intuition is separate from your ego. Your ego is something that's kind of like worrisome, but your intuition is something that's like the first like thing that comes into your head, or like it's your gut feeling, or like whatever like physical signs your body may make, or like something that seems right or whatever. So ways to be your intuition is like practicing on other people, practicing some form of deviation, whether they be tarot or pendulums or like something else, or like even if you want to get into energy readings, which is kind of hit or miss with some people, because everybody is clairsentient in a way. So let me shut up before I like start dragging on. But yeah, that's just some ways.
Actually, I have a question on the scattered parts of your soul thing. Is that why one would see people from their desired reality enter their current realities out of nowhere? Because their soul is scattered and gets confused. I'm a very, 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 very different case. So like, don't take like my soul for example. My souls are very, very different. So don't take that into account. But the reason why you probably see people enter your like the current reality is because you've already shifted realities in a sense. Because you made a decision, you made an intention. So the world was like, well, you made it, so here you go. Here's the person that you wanted. That's kind of how that works. But me with my scattered souls is that like that's a very different perspective. It's not at all what you guys think it is.
How much do you believe your zodiac sign influences your personality or personal beliefs? Honestly, I think it does like nothing for shifting.
I hate people that be like, "Oh my gosh, so like our horoscope signs aren't compatible, so we can't be together."
My
Astrology,
signs are in retrograde. I'm sorry.
so so astrology and like horoscopes and stuff, it's kind of a take with a grain of salt type of thing. But also, like astrology is there to like help you like understand yourself as the person. It's like when you do a pick a card tarot reading. So it's just kind of like it's kind of a hit or miss. Like whatever resonates with you, and then whatever resonates with somebody else. I'm a Taurus, so yeah.
I'm a Leo.
Leos are trash. It's astrology rule.
I see.
Yes. So about the orange blood thing, what does that mean?
Oh, okay. So for those of you guys don't, I don't think you guys are here for this. So, like, my blood actually turns like orange and purple. It's weird. It's really weird. So my blood turns orange and purple, and like, it's just a really weird thing. That happens because of respawn and the fact that my genetic DNA is just fucked up, like in general. So it's just like something that happened to me because I mutated my DNA a long, long time ago. I don't recommend it. This is when I was experimenting, but I mutated my DNA before reality shifting, and it caused like a domino effect. Careful.
Next time on Avengers Endgame.
Anyway, do you think it's possible to create or make your soulmate? I mean, I'm gonna let Kagu
Yeah.
answer this question. Yeah, I'm gonna let
Yes,
her
you
answer because I was about to say something really fucked up, but I'm gonna
can.
let you answer it.
You can actually do that. The problem is though, is like, you know what? You may create less said person, but you might not like less said person. You can
Mm-hmm.
surely manipulate and as. But is it really going to be something that you're going to like as an end result? Maybe not, because at the end of the day, people change, you change, and as you go through your journey, you might really look back on an experience and go, "Oh God, I was a dumbass for this one." Which
Mm-hmm.
I have created soulmates, but I've had many, and I have many many torn threads, as she has seen. It's just not fun. It's not fun.
Sis, your bonds need help. Anyways,
I've been like
how did you guys
bad.
envision getting shifting after my 21st birthday? I mean, cause like I was doing it way before like I thought that there was a term for it. But after my 21st birthday, I found subliminals. The rest is history. Sin, we're
Um,
fighting.
I've been
Gee, if you dance on my daughter one more time, I swear to God, I'm gonna burn your DR.
Wait, what did I do?
You called her trash.
When did I call her trash?
Can
I'm
other
confused.
people prevent you from shifting and or
Oh,
shift you to the wrong reality?
Leo.
Well, yes. I've actually had that happen to me where all these like other people and entities from like different dimensions were trying to stop me from shifting because they wanted me to go over to where they were. But that's a rare case and doesn't usually happen. I swear to God, it doesn't. But occasionally it happens. But don't manifest it into your life or else it'll become more difficult for you. End of story.
Moving on. Can other people prevent you from shifting already? Can other people prevent you
Well,
from
yeah.
shifting and or shift you to the wrong reality? Yes, it's all in your scripts and how you do it. What do y'all think of deja vu? I feel like deja vu is a reality shift in a way, but it's also kind of like a clairvoyance thing.
Wait, what?
What?
It's not my fault leaders are trash. And y'all stop talking about Sin's accent or you will legit get kicked.
Hmm. I would hate it enough
I
as it
don't
is.
understand. Like, I
I
don't
don't
understand. Like, accent makes me like sleep like a baby. I like you like knocked me out that one time. Like everybody else can go away. If y'all don't like accents, then leave the chat. Like I'll see y'all next year.
I don't want to respawn, but I don't want to respawn, but I don't want to leave a clone. Well, I mean, just go ahead and script that. When you shift, you won't have to have a clone. Like, if you're shifting permanently, you can choose whatever you want for that vessel. Bye, love.
I've been trying to shift for
My
almost 2 months
subliminal, I can.
now, but I haven't seen any symptoms. Okay, here's the thing about symptoms and signs. You need none of them. Like, you can shift without any signs or symptoms at all. They're honestly just like kind of manifestations to help you believe that you're shifting. You honestly don't need them.
And do I have to use blockage subliminals? I mean, what people, I'm gonna have to make a post about this. I'll probably get around to doing it whenever I stop having my daily breakdown. But blockages, because I know people get their information from SUA, and it's not the most reliable source. Just gonna put that out there. But what people don't understand about blockages is blockages can also be about like your emotions, like how you feel, like like your mindset, like your impressions about a certain thing and other stuff like that. And when you listen to like when you like find out what those blockages are and you like do a mind dump or whatever, and then like you get like a clear head and then you're just like, oh, this is what I've been like wrong, or like this is what's been suiting me as a person for my journey, or like for me getting my results. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably link, I don't know, I'm kind of lazy. I will probably link the subliminal I've been using for my blockages, and it also increases um which I'm gonna call it intuition.
Intuition.
So yeah,
Can I
can I
rant for
shift
just
just
one
by
moment?
using? Can I shift just by using the subliminals? I mean, yeah, I did it for my first shift. It's whatever you want to do. Do I need to put in a ton of work into shifting to shift? No, you do not. What life events? Y'all got quiet.
I was just gonna say something. Like going back to the thing with like limited belief and blockages, y'all. I cannot stress enough. I have been in this community for literally 8, almost 9 years. I have
Old
never
ass.
seen such a of false limiting beliefs as I have during the past 2 years. Things that do not happen. For example, like you'll get bad karma if you listen to a subliminal more than 2 times. That's false. That does not happen. You are not harming anybody, nor are you harming yourself. That doesn't apply. There's things where they're just like, oh, you're pushing back against the universe. Like, no, none of this really exists. It's just something that people make up so they have excuses for why they're not getting results. When in actuality, the reason why they're not getting results all has to do with the way that they're viewing things. For the love of
Yes.
God.
Basically just like the whole like that's what like HOA, like I'm like blockages, like don't be like, oh my god, like oh my god, like I have blockages, so like it's gonna stop me from shifting. Like don't be that person. Like Missy said, like don't like think you have blockages and then manifest something for that blockage. Or if you feel like you're stuck on something, it's probably most likely a blockage, and then do a whole mind dump and then just figure it out. You don't need subs to shift. What's Hold up? Can depression be a blockage? Yes. I know my mental health has been trash these past 6 months. And how long did it take you to shift just by using DR subliminal alone? My first time I shifted just with a subliminal alone and pure belief.
Can you retain skills that you have? Or
Yeah, because I couldn't speak Japanese or play piano before shifting, but afterwards I kind of knew some Japanese off by heart and I can play like mediocre songs on piano.
Yeah, it's like when I first went to like minority reality, y'all, I'm fat AF in real life. We're gonna be for real. Sis out of shape AF. But when I went to Naruto and sis came back, my body was like, I was over here at work just running and stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay. So
Oh,
Peaceful
a
night.
lot of.
So, like, this is one of the things I said in my tips post. Like, asking things like how long exactly it took someone to shift is honestly pointless because it's like everyone's journey is individual. So, like, learning about others' journeys good for motivation, but in terms for tips, unless it's an actual tip, it's pointless because it could be completely different to you.
oh, man got enough money to be switching. Can buy a tarot deck. All right.
You know what? I could have just asked my grandma for a tarot reading. What am I doing?
Mm.
Oh, I was gonna DM about that afterwards. Anyway,
Oh yeah, please do. Hi, Timothy.
beautiful soul, beautiful baby.
I'm full of chicken. Ugh.
Oh, and since Sin had mentioned that, about like asking. Side note, man, you got enough money to be switching phones, but you can't buy a tarot deck. Anyways, so about asking people like how long did it take for people to like shift or whatever, and then like don't compare your journeys to somebody else's because like somebody could literally just like shift in a day and just like call it a day, or it may take somebody up to 2 years, and then like that's something that's really toxic in this community, and it kind of really honestly breaks my heart when I see people like, well, it's I've been here for 2 years and so and so shifted and blah 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 blah. So, well, I mean, maybe that jealousy or that bitterness is one of the reasons why you haven't been able to shift. So,
Mm. I said that in my
like,
post too. Like, if you're jealous of someone else for shifting and you like hold that as a resentment, like that's just an instant no-no for you shifting because that's a blockage. And it's just kind of like, why would you be jealous in the first place anyway? What happened to you saying when you died in
exactly.
one of your
Yeah,
realities? I kind of have a respawn script that I made, so whenever I die, I just kind of respawn.
How do
people
you
just
go
got
through?
mad at me.
Hmm.
People got mad at me like for respawn because they were like, "Oh, you're still here." I'm like, "But y'all guys don't know what I have to do in the background." No, okay. Because
Exactly.
everyone's people always have like something to say about not knowing about the situation that somebody's in. Like in my case, I was dealing with a lot of things like outside of just myself, and because I'm respawning in a group, it takes longer. So, it's kind of like, why are you attacking me for giving something helpful? Like people tend to do that quite often in this community. I'm not gonna lie.
How
And
important
then
is
like,
belief to
You
shifting?
know.
Extremely.
so South had asked, how do you go through a mind dump to find? So basically, what a mind dump is basically like taking a sheet of paper, your phone, whatever, and basically just like writing down like everything that's been happening to you, or even like record yourself. I like to hear myself talk, ironically. So like just sitting down and like basically like venting to yourself, like what do you feel like what are you going through, like what's going on, like how do you feel about X, Y, and Z, and all this other stuff. And then like you'll feel so much relief because like when it's in your mind, you just get like really cluttered, and like it's just like sit in the back or like it sits in the front, and then like that's how it'll like cause you to feel worse like mentally. Can't really add some of my own voice. So that's how like you can do the mind dump. And then like the fine blockages, like this just goes back to like reevaluating like your mindset, your beliefs, and all this other stuff. I don't know how
What do you
people can be
do?
jealous. What do you do in the
Have any of you gone
background?
through?
Oh, what do you
Oof.
do in the background in like group respawn? What do I do in the background? A lot. And that I'd explain all of it because I
Mm.
would get in trouble. Group respawn. I mean, I'm respawning with like four, five other people, And it's just a lot because I'm kind of the one that kind of tries to maintain the emotional and mental balance in the whole thing, and I kind of crumbled for a while because it was just kind of me holding everything together. So yeah.
I heard that YouTube compresses the audio of some. Okay, my English is out the window. I heard that YouTube compresses the audio of something you upload. So some sub voices become silent because they're outside of YouTube's range. Do subs still work on YouTube or do they have to be downloaded? So Lulu, sir or ma'am or person. So there's a certain hertz that YouTube accepts. I forgot what it was. Google.com is your friend. But yes, it'll become silent and you'd have to contact that subliminal maker to ask them for that subliminal, especially if they're using like a certain frequency. Because like YouTube, like I know when I uploaded something and it was like really like high pitch, and YouTube just made it dead silent. So it's just something like ask the maker and make sure you can still hear or the words.
Same time question. Yeah, the voices are the same, but the problem is, my DR waiting room voice is Kaneki's voice from A. So it's kind of like whenever I meet Kaneki in my DR, I'm kind of like,
Yikes! What about
What if
Kaguya's? She's here. Ask her. She's yeah, of course,
uh
obviously. Shit.
oh, if you guys don't know, hi, I'm Kaguya, but I just changed my name to Elika. Yeah. Um, but basically, my subs work fine because I'm able to manipulate the audio a little bit. It's really weird, but I learned this from my daughter. But I can manipulate like audio frequency a little bit. That's why my subliminals still work, even though sometimes they're really, really low. Yeah. That's the great fascinating things about learning to transmute energy from different things. But that's why you also have to be careful.
It's beautiful, but it's also very, very hard. So somebody had asked. I lost her question because it's not in bold. Somebody had asked. Hold up. Have any of you guys gone through depression? If yes, how has it affected your shifting journey? So personal don't want to get with this. So I have manic depression. I'm not I'm clinically depressed, but I also have my manic moments. So I have very, 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 very extreme mood swings. These two can attest to it. My mood swings are really, really bad. So it's kinda affected my journey a lot because I've kinda like this goes back into like the whole like limiting beliefs things because to me like it's like I've shifted before, but like in my mind like there's an hormonal imbalance that'll just be like, oh, this isn't real, or like like it'll like question and down everything, or like it'll tell me like, oh, you don't deserve this right here, and it's like my last suicide attempt I think was like almost 2 months back. Trigger warning by the way, so sorry y'all. So it's just kind of like it's affected me personally. I don't know this journey, but it's also helped me grow as a person. Sorry if I'm getting really deep. It's that time. It's a time of the night. So it's affected me as a person. It's made me grow throughout this journey. So like, if you have like depression or like a mental illness or whatever, like don't let it deteriorate you from like your end goal, which is going home. Like literally just push through it. This got deep. I'm sorry.
do you believe in crystals and crosses? Crystals, yes. Crosses and holy water, no. Because like evil spirits don't really like bother people that much, and even then, when they do, you can literally just put up a barrier made of energy. So
Visualization.
Self
Well, it's a conceptual of your perception. I'm gonna leave it at that.
yeah. So like with me
Eee.
being a witch. So like, I'm sorry, hear you. I'm not invisible. Okay, let me. Okay, so crystals. Yes, I love like I'm a witch. Like crystal work is one of my like favorite things to do. One of my favorite things to use is I love working with crystals. Like holy water is really good for like spell work and stuff like that. This goes back into moon water. You can make holy water at home, legit, just by praying over it. You don't need to go to a church. You can do it yourself. But protecting yourself from evil spirits, like Sensei, you could literally just like use an energy barrier. Like crystals can help like boost like what's the word of it? Like the metaphysical properties of it, but like honestly, like an Angie Barber be a okay. Um. Oh, thank you, Lila. That's so sweet. What crystals help you relax and heal? So, my favorite crystals: pink opal, rose quartz, green aventurine, which is also good for wealth. So you can, manifest that tarot deck, ma'am. Those
Do you
are my
guys
top.
enjoy dance parties? Well, I mean, okay, so here's like the thing. So I was supposed to go to like this Tokyo reality for like a year, which was like a few hours tonight. But then Lee and Ox, who were just in my DMs, like, oh, hey, do you want to have like a party? So we're having a party in my waiting room tonight for just like no reason.
I don't
The
like
hard distance.
parties.
I used to be an exotic dancer and stripper in one of my realities. I
What
mean,
the fuck?
that was a party. It's a profession. It was my job. Okay, it was my job. Hmm?
Lee, you approached me.
It was.
What crystals helps with depression and anxiety? Rose quartz and pink opal are like the two I feel like the best for practicing self love and self healing. Also, pearls are like really good. Like it can like there's this misconception that people feel like the crystals have to be real. It's preferable that they are real, but you can use crystals that are fake. They just have like a little energy, like vibration. What do you feel about people who want to change their race? I mean,
It kind
I
of
see
depends what
no
you mean by race.
like I mean like if you're like if you're shifting, I feel like it doesn't matter. But if you're like changing your race for like the wrong reasons, because of fetishizing or like cultural appropriation, and that's a no.
It's also
I'm
kind of like,
POC.
do you mean like changing races in like human to like something else, or is in like skin tone or like country? Oh, ethnicity.
There you
I mean, like,
go.
as long as it's not for like fetishes or anything, then yeah.
I mean, ethnicity changing. You know what? To be honest with you, with the ethnicity changing and shifting, you're going to somewhere completely different, and like the conceptualization of like race and ethnicity is kind of skewed within this reality. But if you go somewhere else, it like is not as important as it is here. Not saying
Mhm.
like you shouldn't appreciate like different cultures and things like that, but it's like over here, it's like such like on a tight grasp that like it's kind of like all right then. More people were more in tune to like accept and intertwine, but now people are trying so hard to like stay their hold onto such the conceptualization of like the humanities like type of divisions that it's kind of like if you went to a different reality, it wouldn't matter where you were from per se, but like you could still appreciate the same things without it being like cultural appropriation, quote unquote, which is more something that's for this reality more than anywhere else. I feel so weird.
May, you can literally, if you have an iPhone, you can legit you can legit buy a digital deck. It's only $4 in the App
I agree
Store.
with Lee. I changed my ethnicity. English who? I changed my ethnicity as well.
I mean, I know I'm going from like multiracial to like Japanese, so like
In
people
my case,
change
I'm
race.
going to Korean, Chinese, Japanese, and Russian.
Can you use Shatika
Me,
Lisa respond yes? Who left?
My wish is to please. I'm going from Nigerian American to Nigerian Korean American. Oof.
I mean, I changed from British to kind of slightly Japanese, but I'm mainly kind of like, I've not really got an ethnicity in my DR. Like, if you see my DR face, you can't really pinpoint like a certain one.
That was a sprinkle on me on my cupcake. What?
What? Jesus. I'm going from Eurasian to complete European. I'm going from East African to question mark race.
I'm going from human to alien boy?
Yes,
I've
but he's
been
an
alien.
American. Period.
Everyone's just like, I'm turning into an alien. I'm like, where does an alien go for me? I'm a genetic mutation massacre.
It's
People
like when you look at people like for head assery, it's like you have Gugu just sitting like all the way in the clouds. Then you've got me
honestly,
just
I'm
like
literally,
sitting on the wing of a plane, and they've just got like everyone else down below.
I'm just over here like, I'm on some head assery of heaven times 999 Googleplexian to the next omnidimensional infinity omnipotent.
It's like I experience more head assery than like 100 people on their entire lives. But then I'm like
Mood.
1/10. I
said
experience 1/10 of what Gugu experiences. So that's like, yeah, that's our lives.
my mom says hi.
Oh,
Oh,
hi.
hello. How do you tell the difference between platonic and romantic soulmates? Oh my god, child. Whew. It begins.
I said hi,
But
mom.
basically you can tell like obviously like you'll tend to feel more romantic type of feelings to your soulmate, like to your romantic soulmate. But if it's platonic, you tend to just get along very well and like can like conceptually really just like be with each other without it having to be anything that would have to be like, all lovey dovey, which would be,
Yeah.
but like on the side of romance you're like, let me kiss you, let me love you, that type of thing.
I'll be
What are
like
some
me and
cliche
him.
realities? Honestly, the most cliche reality would probably be like being a pop star in a band.
Oh, okay.
Nah,
I feel attacked. I
you think this
feel so attacked.
Do you think there's a rock somewhere in this reality that contains a soul? Because someone just want, you know what? I had a rock sibling. I'm not joking. In one life, my sibling was a rock. And I've never questioned so many things. I've never questioned so many things than to wonder why my sibling was a rock. I don't know. I don't know, man. I've experienced a lot in my life, and the headassery is so real.
In my next life, a rock.
Just throw the whole Kaguya away. I cry.
Imagine just be like, here, love, here's your new sister.
The universe is the
I
biggest head ass.
remember,
It's not even.
I remember when Gugu was just talking to me like, "Oh, by the way, one of your relatives is like a rock," and I was like, "So are they the Easter Island head, or are they like a tiny rock I can just take for a walk, or like?"
Like, I'm not gonna lie. You have a tree like cousin, and like, no, you have a tree aunt and a rock like aunt. And I wish it was a joke, but the head assery with my entire family line is just, y'all would be like, who is related to who, and why is your sibling a rock? That's
It's
basically what
like
my life is.
it's like family for Christmas. Like all the families around, I just go to the table and just like a fucking rock and tree sing at a chair.
Meanwhile, I'm just in the distance.
I'm just
Meanwhile, I'm just
like,
in the distance
family?
chilling.
Chi. You know what? You know what though? Like, you're related. Never mind. I'll keep. Let me just say something. You like maybe related to like an isolated piece of a wave from an ocean. I don't question
I
it.
possibly.
I'm just gonna catch up on a few questions quickly since we missed a few. Universe is the biggest hit. There was one like weave it up. Oh yeah, Peaceful Night. I mean, it's kind of a bit blunt, but blue and white dots. I mean, that's probably just your eyesight. Do you think there's a rock somewhere in that reality? Yes, rocks have souls. We need to start a charity. What does it mean
What
if
is
you
it?
dream about your DR constantly? Just kind of means you're thinking about it and you're probably close. Do you believe in things like aerokinesis and telekinesis? Ma'am, I have aerokinesis in my DR.
Yeah, same. We use those abilities to blink. Meanwhile,
Someone make an
Kagu is
someone make an anime out of this. Ma'am, I remember trying to make my DR into an anime opening, and oh god, that went to shit.
Oh, said you've never been into an anime opening until you've been the character that like does those like you know how they have like those panoramics where they like go like focus on like a piece of like the anime.
It's just me. It's just like my head. I was just walking through like a city. It's just like spinning around like panorama, and it's just like some like fucking anime music in the back,
No,
like
but like, can you
death
imagine?
metal. So I'm just like walking into a cafe or something.
Bluebird
You know
just
how like they
came
focus like
I
on
don't know
like
what's
see
wrong,
this
but I
like,
hated that
Are you alright?
ma'am, if you don't take and take some God, Jesus, Allah, and Muhammad, I don't know who else I'm gonna call, but like
one. What do you think things like subliminals and realities should think are taboo in this reality, but aren't in others? So okay, so this and my mom we were talking about this. So basically, like subliminals aren't like taboo, obviously, because we know about it. Like there's been CIA documents about it and all this other shit. But let me calm down. Hold up. Anyways, so all this other stuff. So it's not taboo in this reality. This reality, like these people of this earth and of this world, aren't as awakened as they should be. So you're gonna have like a lot of skeptics and all this other stuff. So it's not taboo per se. It's just kind of like we're on a different introspective. There we go.
oh Lord,
Oh
well,
no.
I lost I lost my train of thought. Where was I? I feel like I just yeeted to another consciousness. Jesus
I
Christ,
did too.
T.
I did too.
Oh, okay. You guys, I talked to my mom and I was just like, Mom, I'm going to a different reality. And she goes, I gotta go to work tomorrow. So let's see what time I have my schedule. Like, this woman legitimately disregarded everything I said and, like, kept walking. I was like, what type of head assery of, like, ignoring the obvious I've ever seen? But yet she believes in, like, all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, world.
How do you feel
Oh
about
yeah, I said to
atheists?
my parents one night, it's like a test, like if I just suddenly went to like this alternate universe, what would you do? And they just said, "What's an alternate universe?"
My
My mom
mom
would
just
be
said,
like,
bring her back money.
"Man,
My
how do you feel
ass constantly shifting to anywhere you can think of. My parents, what the fuck's a universe?
about
My mom just straight up told me, at least bring me back some money and a sugar daddy, at the least. I'm like, Mom, really? She
I was the one who started using head ass.
Bro, I told my sister about this and she was like, bitch. My best friend knows I'm not my best friend. My friend in real life I was in high school with, she knows that I'm respawning and she was like, you better damn well take me to BTS at the damn least later on. I'm like, y'all just let me die? Alright, cool. Like like, like this whatever like reality that I'm in currently, like people just like it goes over their head.
Hmm. I told my friends when I was back respawning, like, oh, if I just suddenly died one day, what would you do? And they're like, we'd have a party over your corpse.
Ah, that
And I'm
That's,
like,
that's
okay.
fucked.
my friend just told me I passed the blunt. I'd be like, oh, be like I'm dead, but all right. Luna, I swear to
Silently
God, if you
sings.
don't put
Oh, I would
down,
kill for 444 right now. Oh no, the $5 Biggie bag.
It's real nothing at
they
all.
only fit.
Sometimes sound. I mean, it kinda is. Oh yeah,
It
last time I walked
depends.
into a church, I don't know why, but I found like a burn mark on my hands. So, eat.
That was probably my fault. That was probably my fault from when I burned down that church by walking into
Probably.
it. That's my fault.
It's like I'm fine going like anywhere, but then it's like someone tries to drag me into the church and I just start like hissing.
See, nah. See, I one up to you. I legit was like, I don't like this church. It burns to the ground. Well, I guess that solved my problem. Like the the universe was on my side. The universe was like, I don't even like this church. Go ahead. I was just like, wow. Kaguya, for research purposes, how did you burn the church? All I did was walk into it looking like a hentai girl. No, no joke. I warned y'all, but you didn't listen. Like, I had on skulls, I had on bats, silver platform shoes. Like, it was a day, guys. I looked like hell on earth. It is safe for work. I didn't say anything 18 and up. I didn't, I promise. When Sen and Chi are really quiet? What?
I'm too busy looking at the
What?
spaghetti chicken.
I'm too busy doing.
Hell is
This is you know what? I'm making that an animal in my waiting room. Let's just think.
No.
There's ostriches with the heads of crows in my waiting room. There's diet water. There's mild like ramen, and now there's gonna be long chickens.
I'm gonna
What is
fry it.
What is happening to my waiting room?
I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna fry all of your meat, and then I'm gonna eat it with some rice.
Okay, that was kind of not safe for work.
Wait, frying chicken?
Frying
And frying
chicken?
an ostrich?
Frying chicken? How can you wait? Do you
Yeah,
even
I'm
fry
gonna.
chicken?
Yes, you can fry.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Sen! No, I'm coming
Sen,
over.
what are you
Sen,
adding from
move.
backward heads? Maybe?
Backwards?
I mean,
No, don't give him my. I'm scared for your waiting room. Have you guys ever met each other in real life? If you haven't, it seems like you guys are good friends.
no, we
No,
just
and
talk a lot.
Yes.
Me and Oxy have met like in my waiting room, which is the kind of closest we've come to meeting in real life.
Do
I don't
you
like.
have a different soul, different realities? I mean, if you're like me, a transcendent woman who never gets to leave people behind, in my case, they follow me whenever I go somewhere, so I can
Ooh,
never escape them for some odd, inconspicuous reason. Doesn't matter where I go, where I try to hide, they find me. I cry.
Rick and Morty is such a good show. Rick and Morty is like this show like that.
What
Oh
is
yeah,
Rick and Morty?
we would do like political studies in school, and then like the teacher just put on Rick and Morty for no reason,
Do you think
and I was
that
What
like
is
like,
Rick and
huh?
Lizzie Watson?
What is Rick and Morty?
Moving on. Anyway, to other important things. Do you think that people will improve their shifting time with practice? Yes. If you don't want a romantic soulmate, do you still get one, or can you not manifest to not have one? You don't need to have a romantic soulmate, my guy. You can like, if you don't want a relationship, you don't want a relationship. Like, even if you find a romantic soulmate, you can still be platonic. You don't have to act on those romantic feelings, my guy. Okay, my guy. You listening, my
You
guy?
could actually,
We're on the same page, my guy. Okay, my guy. Good.
you can,
When
you
Sora's
can,
being cute.
He's being a
you
crackhead.
can both be
She's my
to
crackhead
play
daughter. She takes after
any
me.
type of. Oof.
Do you guys
Don't be
plan on
surprised if you see it.
point and never
Oh
coming
my
back?
god.
Yes, I'm respawning cease to exist. I don't know. I have to do a tarot card. We don't know that, but I'm respawning. So yeah.
I feel like I'm asking too many questions. Just keep asking questions. Are you up for adoptions? Maybe
Right,
I'm up
okay,
for
so
adoption. I don't
here
know.
me logs onto the community. 90% of the community. Will you be my daddy or big brother?
No, no. If any of you guys want him to be your big brother, I'm sorry, but I did not give birth to you.
And you really not.
I'm really not
Is
gonna try to see more people up in this womb. I think not.
communal shifts safe if life of shifting isn't? Communal shifts are safe. Hey Sam, will you be my actual dad and replace my? Anyways, y'all back on question. Back on topic, please. You didn't adopt me, mom. I was adopted.
I'm deceased. Y'all, just where did I get this many children? Sen, how many brothers and sisters do you have now?
Like one.
What are y'all on?
Person tries to become my fucking his bitch. That's a mood. Like I don't know how many of you people want to become grandchildren, but sit down. There's a lot that happens.
It's like me adopts Sora, the entire community. Will you be my daddy?
Me and the far distant Sora is an exception.
Sora's the only exception.
Have you guys
Have
ever
you
been
guys
to
ever
2D
been to
reality? I've been to 2D
reality?
reality.
Sits in anime DR.
Don't worry, I'm kidding.
Haha, JK unless.
Ooh, Emmy feels betrayed.
Oh, yikes.
Emmy, technically you asked me and Richard to adopt you, and then you asked Tino and Grabs and left us. So I mean, that's on you.
How do you know you've had a past
That
life with a person? So it's kind of like that deja vu feeling you were talking about earlier in this live, because y'all got really off topic. But like something in like the back of your head will like click and be like, "Oh, hello, how are you?"
agree me with this entire amino and meeting everybody. I was like, oh hi. I know what you guys don't know, but I'm keeping that a secret till the very end.
Oh yeah, Lulu. Honestly, me and Gedas log on, and it's like every day we get people asking like to be our daddies.
Kierst will literally flat out deny. He's just like, I'm not paying no child support. I didn't have you. I didn't want no kids. I'm
What?
just like, damn.
What? Like, no.
I'm
Twins said, "Hell no."
I ain't never
Could you
ever
just shift to a
seen.
blank space and then keep adding stuff? Yes. Do you believe in angels or spirit guides? Yes.
Knock knock, you owe me a soda.
I ain't ever see Gaddis speak. LOL, LOL. I mean, he's a shy bee.
He's
Also,
not.
just saying, like, if anyone was serious about me adopting them, like, I would have high expectations for them.
You got to deal with a grandma named Kaguya.
Like, you have
Mm,
to deal with, like, Father Sen and Grandma Kaguya, so, like, you've got a bit of a reputation to live up to.
Me in the far distance of headassery. Hi, how are you? Y'all say Gaddis. I've always said Jettis. Not
Okay,
flat.
funny story. I used to call him Get Ass.
I'm over here saying Gaddis, but I call him Kirst, so it's confusing.
It's
it's
like I
really not.
always used to read it as Get Ass, and then I went to RE today and I saw something called God Ass. So I was just like, oh, Get Ass
I,
the God Ass.
where is my thing? Where is my thing? I am cute, Ulu. I
I
am
am.
Daddy down down. He's gonna be like, what are you guys doing in here? Okay. Get us, head us, dead us.
Can I
Oh,
And
we
choose?
I
got a long
basically choose
question.
I basically choose none
technically
too.
everything possible. I have to wait for them to come to me or vice versa. I've been told multiple times my twin flame is coming, and I'm just here like, I want to leave though. Okay, all right, here we go with this whole thing with twin flames, and I can answer this. Yes, you can actually change who your twin flame is. Honestly, it's kind of a little bit reason that you meet your twin flame to like kind of learn a lesson. But in many cases, you can actually change your twin flame connection and actually disconnect from the twin flame connection that you have here, change it to somebody else. You can even have your twin. You can even ask your twin flame if they don't know how to do it. You can just give them the option to be connected to somebody else. And then sometimes you can just have like an in essence like twin flame relationship. There's lots of ways you can get around that twin flame relationship if you don't want it. But honestly, like if you just don't want a twin flame relationship with a certain person, just change like what the connection is, and you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Me exist every 12-year-old girl. Daddy said.
That's so true, though. Like, it's like I breathe in the
Diamond,
public group chat, and everyone's like, "Let me be your child."
me in the far distance, become my child, son.
I'm already that though. It's
So
like
I don't care
I
me,
about them.
know.
part of a crackhead family. I'm sorry, if you
Ooh.
want to be my child, you must go through a ritual of becoming a crackhead.
Oh, let's not even begin with our family. Let's not even begin with that one.
Wait, so guys, who's in your family? I'm confused.
What do you mean? T.
Gee.
Hmm.
Okay, we ain't spelling T today.
Oh, but
Okay, I'm joking. I'm joking.
T is me adopted niece. Ooh. Crack-headed ass people.
What's the sad question, my God?
Lee, anyone breathes. Lee.
Like, I'm currently talking crack now. What
Hello,
are those
guys.
noises I'm making?
Tis I, bend that dick, come in, bitch. But you can call me Beneficial Cucumber.
What?
What a pleasure it is to meet you, and so forth.
Somebody coming. Dad. Wait, no, I have to come get my child. Come here, Sen.
I'm typing this out, I don't care.
I'm typing this out. I don't care.
That echo. Okay, any other questions, y'all?
Your question. Question. We're gonna get a question. Okay, let me stop. I'm being weird. He.
What's your question?
I took a tarot reading and it told me my soul signed up to be here to help this reality. I want to go soon. Can I still go?
Yes.
Yeah, you can. Contracts are contracts, but contracts can be easily broken. That's the fun thing. We love breaking rules, don't we?
Yeah, so you become a me and have your whole life crumble before you.
What's your guys' purposes? That me exists. The universe. Alright, do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, you have a life purpose, but it's like a slow incoming purpose. Sorry, I'm
So at the
salty.
moment, I'm just
It's
kind of chilling, eating shrooms.
My life purpose
yeah,
is
in the
really.
what? Go ahead.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I'm done.
Oh, my life purpose? Uh, again, I'm the crackhead of all existences. Like, it doesn't make any sense for me, but everybody else makes sense.
What's one of your guys' favorite powers? Probably light manipulation.
Ooh.
Like,
It's just fun just walking into a cafe and just like making a bulb flicker, and then everyone's like, huh? Did I hear something?
I like supreme voice. It's kind of fun.
I'm like really basic sis and Erikinesis because it's fun playing with time since time is a construct and time is really relative, and also Erikinesis because this goes into automokinesis and it's fun controlling the weather.
Oh yeah, that reminds me.
Yeah,
I made a
Yeah.
reality, and it was like
It,
people in the reality kind of act like people from Skyrim, if you know what that is.
no.
So it's like there was this guy, and it's like someone stabbed his leg or something, and then he just like stood up from his chair like, huh? What was that?
I'll be
I
right
think
back.
shifting realities is a joke. I mean,
Oh, Kuku died.
basically, so shifting realities is like half and half. It's half like scientific, then like half spiritual, in my opinion, because like I feel like science can explain a lot of things, but it can't explain everything. Um, does taking psychedelics help with May, ma'am. Anyways, how do you guys feel about the idea that we live in a simulation? I honestly hate the whole idea because we don't live in a simulation, in my opinion. Like this reality is real. Like I like it as like a motivational like purpose type of thing, but like saying like, oh my gosh, like this is a matrix. What's the deal with starseeds slash indigo slash whatever thing? So basically, like starseeds and indigo are like people. Okay, so like starseeds are like more like my specialty, I guess, or like whatever. But starseeds are
And
people who are
mine.
just from I forgot and his. So starseeds are basically people another like universe or like whatever that comes to like this planet or like another planet or like another like universe whatever to like help like benefit Earth or like this reality or like whatever. Indigo children are like somewhat the same way, but indigo children are like more like innovators, if that makes sense. 'Cause I'm an indigo child as well.
I'm
I don't know
just,
what you're
I
a
don't,
starseed, then
I'm
I guess.
Starseed, but if we go deeper into my soul origins, it's just kind of like, what the fuck?
Kind of same because I don't make any sense. Nobody really knows what the hell I am, but we just
How do you know
continue.
if you're a
I mean,
Starseed? It kind of shows an energy after you awaken. Sometimes it can be seen before, but like, for me personally, it's like she read me and she said I was human, but then it's like a
No,
week later when I
no,
started awakening,
no,
she was like,
no,
"Oh, by the way, you're actually a Starseed," and I was like, "Huh,
no,
makes
no,
sense."
no, 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 no.
it
I
was
was keeping star
Yes, yes,
seed
yes.
energy before, but I didn't say nothing. Moving on.
Oh,
I
sure.
was told that I'm not human. The hell, like because I smell the scents of people, and I was like, dude, no. And I felt like if you guys don't know, I can smell like random energies and powers, and so I was just like, Sen, you're not a human. It's kind of obvious. Let's.
But we're not gonna get into that bullshit. Anyways, moving on.
Alright.
Um,
May, Kagi, am I smelly? I mean, people smell differently to me, but like it's really strange because people are like, "Why are you smelling me?" And I'm like, "I'm not doing it on purpose. I just smell people." Like it's really weird.
Kaguya's grand can smell death.
My grandma really straight up was just like, "I smell death," and I'm like, "Grandma, you're watching a show. What? How are you gonna sit here next
It's
to me
like
and go,
it's
I
like
smell
Kaguya's grand just puts on like Law and Order Special Units victim, and then it's like she's
death?"
like, I can smell death.
And I'm like, she's like, "It was a fresh death." I'm like, maybe it's me.
Kaguya's grand just looks at a corpse like, this is a fresh death. It happened just
But
moments
I'm
ago.
like, I don't know. My family's weird. Do
I
you think
mean,
about that?
my like wait, after you say this, I'm gonna say like a funny story about my grandparents.
Okay. Do you think people who know about shifting and respawning have some sort of higher purpose than people who don't know or believe in it?
no.
Yes and no. It's a 50-50 type of thing,
Mm.
really. But like anyways, like a whole bunch of people even after those who know about shifting, this is kind of like I believe around the third wave of people that are going. Yeah, but like there's gonna be up to like 6 waves, and then like after that, anybody else who hasn't like met their quota or has learned anything is like bye bye.
Hmm.
Time to dip.
You know, yeah, they're
What's
not
the
gonna
best
dip.
way to deal with impatience and methods in your opinion? This goes back into like the whole thing of like shifting is easy, my guy. Like you really don't need methods. Like if you want to make up your own method, like dead ass, like you can literally go to sleep and wake up to your desired reality. It's on you, my guy. I know you did, ma'am.
I'm sorry. I'm so used to not being on a level of human consciousness. I'm sorry.
Ma'am, you're saying too much again. Anyways.
What
It's
do you
like
think certain people
us
learn about?
casually talk. Kaguya. Oh, by the way, I know the secrets of the universe.
Tell your story about your grandma before I say something stupid and end up getting a rib ripped out.
All right, so
Man,
this
you
was
still
last
saying
week.
too much.
All right, story time, everyone stop. So, John Wick came on the TV last week, and literally as it came on, my granddad rolled in, he rolled into the room in a suit with combed black hair.
The hell?
Oh shit.
And he had like his shotgun out, and he was like, I
Oh
don't even know what the
shit.
fuck he was doing. And I'm like, sir, are you good? Is this my respawn night?
Oh, well then. Do you guys know if God is real?
Kaguya,
I'll say this.
Kaguya, be careful what you say.
I'm not gonna say too much. He is real, but there's two of them. Okay, there we go. But one is not the real one. Sweats.
Watch Kaguya just get thrown against a wall for saying that.
You know, that's not. But I talked about this before. There's a false god and there's a real god, and like the real god is like, I don't want to deal with these humans. He
Mm-hmm.
really does.
It's like, alright, so the thing with gods is like, I kind of know a bit about it. It's like, so when gods create things, like, they kind of become perfectionists about it, so they kind of get bored of their creations, which is why they quote unquote leave.
See, I'll say this. Okay, so who's the false
Watch me
one
get
and all
thrown
that
against
jazz?
my
Let me
ceiling for saying that.
watch me do this real quick. Okay. So the original god of this reality, right, okay. He's kind of afraid of what humanity has become. No joke.
Aren't
No
we all?
undercut. Yeah. So he's just kind of like in the background, like, you do you, boo boo. I gave y'all free will. So that's kind of what he's doing. He's chilling. He don't gotta interfere with shit because he gave y'all free will. Okay. But the one that's usually the false god, for anybody who is a religious, this is a trigger warning. Anybody who believes in this stuff, I'm sorry, this is my personal belief. Don't take it to heart. Um, so basically, the false god is the one that lies in all the religions, for example, like especially like the Catholic
Man, I bet.
religion.
Let me stop.
But like I'm saying, for examples, and like any religion in between, like anything with a book, basically, kind of basically are all like the false god because basically anything that you give belief to, you give birth, and you end up with entities that have power. The more people that believe in them, the stronger that they become. Except like some of these gods are actually real like gods, but like they got killed by another entity. But that's another story. Let me stop. Swords.
It's supposed to become a
Okay,
god, guys. To an extent, yeah.
Yeah.
is hell real?
Yes.
I've been quite nice.
Okay, Emily, love, could you please stop spamming the group chat with these irrelevant pictures? Thank you.
Would you not want
I'm
to see
getting
a
my
retarded Mickey Mouse with like noodle legs?
I'm getting my ribs ripped out. Yay! I said too much,
Whoa.
but it was worth it.
I gave you a warning. Who left that conversation? Heaven real. Yes, heaven is real.
For
Because
anyone
I'm not okay.
wondering, heaven and hell are real, but they are not exactly what you expect. If I say any more, I'm probably gonna get my heart ripped out.
I
Ooh,
don't
like
experience that, but I'm not gonna say anything.
heaven
It's
is
like
boring.
me and Kaguya say one word about the universe. The universe. If you don't fucking shut up, I'm gonna kill you.
That's basically me. The last time they actually did like made me have like a pretty bad like episode, and like
Mm.
I ended up getting all of my ribs pulled and my lungs, so I like passed out.
It's shots laughing.
dude, dude, is
Anyways,
there
yeah, I
any
was
way
because when
in
I
here after this?
was trying
What
to
are you
shift
worrying
myself,
about
there
being
had
here?
a physical shift where she left her body for a few seconds. She felt like she was vomiting, except she isn't trying to shift like how Cyril imagined. She thinks it's cheating too. How come she experienced it? I mean, like anybody and everybody can shift, even if you aren't like trying to. So like she experienced, like YOLO.
Diamond, why are you worrying about the sixth wave? Like this has
Because
nothing
you
to
brought it
do with
up.
you. I'm sorry. You guys know what? Don't worry about it. Disregard what I said. It doesn't matter though. Like for majority of the people on this amino, it doesn't matter. Like I'm being serious. Like this is something that shouldn't concern you too much. Like it's just, but it's common knowledge. Like in other places in the world. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
Like
like
to
this
accept.
goes back into the whole we talked about people not being ready for something, or they're not having that learning curve,
Uh,
or they're being awakened and then being scared about shit like this.
Hmm.
Me in the far distance slaps them with reality. Well, they don't. Okay, let me go back into my hole.
I'm sorry, I'm scolding. I'm scolding her. I'm scolding my wife. Sorry, y'all.
You said in the
How can you end
background
up in
like
someone
mother.
else's DL waiting room? What's it for? Okay, that's probably a question for me. So basically, like, every reality in Soul has a kind of wavelength because things are based off of waves. So it's like that's kind of a method I made up to get into others' DRs. So it's like, it's kind of really better if you're an energy reader.
Better.
So, so it's like basically just kind of like focus on their energy and imagine it as their wave, and then you kind of get like a feel of their energy. And then you just like do the same for the DR because the DR has the same wavelength as them. Then that just takes you to the DR.
Who the fuck made the Bible? You can Google that. Like it's just Google. Like there's a person that made the Bible. It's a
So the person
man-made thing.
who made the Bible, I may be wrong. Do not quote me. Google.com is your friend. But the person who made the Bible after Jesus like died and like reincarnated and all this other shit, his disciples were the ones who wrote his Bible, and they spread it the teachings of Jesus Christ.
Okay,
Hence how
this might be a bit of a trigger, but it's kind of like the Bible wasn't written at once. It was like hundreds of stories over thousands of years,
Pretty much.
written by like
Judas.
hundreds of different people.
Like you have the King James.
Judah.
Also, stop talking about the waves. We really shouldn't have brought that up.
Oh my God! Stop, Jesus. Okay,
Me
disregard what
and
I
me
said.
invites Kaguya to talk. Kaguya, let's just spill all the fucking tea, shall we?
But it wasn't. It wasn't like spill the tea. This is something that was known before. Like this is something that was talked about before I was born.
Okay, but they don't know about
I
it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Uh, okay, I'm sorry. Let's- okay.
This is what we do all the time, y'all. I'm so sorry. Back on topic.
I was
We're
just
just
trying to be.
clowns.
No,
Should we
it's
turn
not
Zen
about
Should
into
we turn Zen into Jesus?
become Jesus? Become my
Technically, no,
child?
because I'm not Christian, so
But it would be fun. Jesus was actually Jewish though.
yeah. Well, Jesus was Wait, so story on Jesus. Jesus was Jewish. No, wait, Christians used to be Jews, and then they became followers of Jesus, so then they became Christians. So Christians are technically just another form of Jews.
Bye, love.
You know,
Wait, I thought Christians before they became Christians they weren't Jews. They're Romans because it's when God got crucified. So weren't they
God
polytheistic?
got crucified. What kind of shit have
No,
you been eating?
I my God, I said Jesus got crucified.
no,
I
you
You
said,
said
said God.
God got crucified.
sir, you must have did a reality shift because you heard something wrong.
You
No, I
definitely
heard
said God got
God got
crucified.
crucified. Oh, other people know too.
Jesus
I
got
saw God
crucified.
really turn around. I really saw God look at you with such a look like, ma'am, I know I did not just hear you say.
God, like how
I,
speaking that is. Oh, let me just let some humans tie me to some wood.
oh, so
Oh
they're
God.
they're polytheistic. So how are they Jewish? I'm confused. I should have left the
Was
conversation after that.
God said, bitch, what? Pretty much.
I kind of
I
Oh,
thought,
forgot. I thought they were
what?
American.
Okay, we're gonna go sit down now. Before we have to have a whole religious like study about this. Like, oh,
what if
okay,
you
wait, I'm gonna
wanted to
actually
go to heaven, but God said,
no.
Eutychus.
What if you wanted to go to heaven, but God said?
Alright, y'all got any other
Imagine if you
questions?
had to fight God to get into heaven. Heaven population 0.
Okay, y'all got any other questions?
Oh my god. Any more questions? No? 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 Yes, no? I sound like
Alright, it's
conflict.
turned to the crackhead hours.
It really did. You know what? Can I actually have a crackhead hours chat, but like it be not so crazy?
No.
Aww. What if it was for my fans? Oh Christ.
No.
Aww.
What if
What if I
you
threw it?
wanted to go to heaven, but God said, no, bitch?
Bye, Shadow.
Bye, people. Have a good day, night, wherever you are in the distance of
You
orbs. I don't know.
got crackhead baby. Alright, any other questions, though? Because it's been more than an hour, and Sin needs to go ahead and get better, or else I'm gonna beat him.
No, don't beat
She
my
telling
child.
me to get better, me casually drinking coffee and soda.
How much longer is this
Me.
live gonna be? What y'all have with me?
Take them to my room. No. We're just gonna go get you some actual food.
Okay, so anything else, y'all? I'm about to go make some
No,
ramen right now. I'm hungry.
wait. Question: what method should I use to attempt to shift for fun tonight? Tell me.
The Sin method.
Yes, use my method.
Because he's always promoting it. Bye, love. By mistake. You're not a mistake, but bye.
Okay. All right. I'll use descend method then, and maybe a bit of sats.
Did you just say sax or sex?
Sats.
Oh, I thought I heard
The
sex
essay.
and I was like, ma'am, what the fuck?
Send method with a sweat drops into the far distance of non-Googleplexianess. I don't know why am I saying such random words today.
For listening to subs almost the whole day. Yes. If you're listening to subliminals and you get headaches or like you get dizzy or like you get dehydrated, please make sure you hydrate yourself. Bro, this is why I cannot join the The clown will be on 10,000.
No, Nemo. Oh my god. Me and Nemo were talking and the clownery was so real. It was like so real that I had to like stop and pause. I was like, Nemo, the purple seducer. I cry. Okay. Let me stop. Nemo, I'm gonna give you a tag named the purple seducer forever. Oh, my foot is cramping. Send help. Oh.
Oh no.
My cat is being. Oh my god, me breeze. Half the Samino instantly gets a crush on me. Oh, we send.
It's true though, like the amount of confessions that I get here is what the fuck?
I've only
Like
gotten
I
one.
get I get a confession a week at least.
I've only gotten one
How?
confession on this Samino ever.
Misty, this Amino really is my harem.
Oh my god. Oh my god, the song is in my head now.
Lulu, I have a wife.
Cookie, hold up, y'all. Pause. Cookie, what is this question you have about drugs? Because I really wanted to scold you, but what's the question you have? Make it in bold. Because you keep asking about.
Oh
You keep asking
my god, Nemo, yes.
and coming from somebody who has had an addiction to drugs, don't use
Single.
substances to shift.
Cough.
That's
Cough
what I'm
for the
talking about.
bud.
Like, don't use substances to shift. Do not try to shift while you're high. Fun fact, I shifted while I was tipsy, which was fun. But don't shift when you're high.
Okay,
And
to
yes,
everyone that's confused, me and Richie have not met physically yet, so we haven't actually married, but we did do it kind of like over a meal in the public GC a while back, and we kind of done it for serious, so we kind of half got married.
Richie's daughter-in-law. I approved, so it's marriage. It's all right. I've approved. Don't do this, but can you
Emmy,
shift
I'm about to
your
disown you.
Don't do this, but can you shift while being high because your vibrations are high? So you guys know what? I'm gonna give you guys a tip, okay? Instead of actually using drugs and substances, just use subliminals with those effects. Like you guys
Or
don't
you
have
just
to
use
like
memes.
yeah, but like there's a whole bunch of subliminals that have to do with not actually receiving like any negative effects nor addictions that actually have the benefits of said drugs or anything like that. Like for example, like some of my subliminals they have like effects for like visualization. So like it gives you like the effect of like LSD for visualization without any of like the addictions or anything like that. Just the positive and safe aspects and like melatonin and marijuana. Like there's things like that. You guys can just use subliminals. For God's sake, don't take the actual drugs.
please don't.
You guys are getting me sick from across the seas. How is this possible?
It's called e-virus.
I, Gee, you're gonna get a crush confession from me. JK, I'm too old, my guy. Who trying to catch a case? I Oh, you know what? I was on an amino and like this person was just like, I have a crush on you. I'm like, I'm 19. You're 14. Please no. Uh, I'm really not trying to like end up in freaking Shota anime style type of jail. No, thank you. I was like, I'm good. Thanks. Goodbye.
All right, got any more questions? Y'all are crackhead hours now.
Sen, how many
How many
kids
kids?
do you have?
Are we talking like amino kids or like actually adopted kids?
Amino kids.
Two.
He only shot that. Oh, let me not make that joke. No, 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 not NSFW. No, no.
No, right. This is what I'm talking about with like Danielle. Like everyone wants me to be their father. Like, why? Yes. Okay. Okay. Here
Okay,
is.
because you're done.
Since everyone's so interested. Okay, me and Richie technically are married, and Sora is technically my actual adopted child.
Memes.
Actually, when you wait for somebody to text you back and they take 10,000 eons to text you back,
I know you ain't talking, man.
memes, where's Getta? I'm not Gatta's status, and watch Gatta's come in here and be like, what kids? like, I legit see him go, ma'am. Oh my god, if you guys don't know, you guys should see this fight that her and Gas had on my wall. Like they like destroyed my wall over wall claims. It was hilarious.
Wife, hello.
It was funny though, but then I just wanted to argue with you. Ooh, this opened. I'm sorry for that random moment.
All right, y'all got any more questions? Because this is turning into crackhead hours.
I really wanted. You guys know what? Can I ask? Does anybody want a crackhead hours live stream on my channel? I can do that.
No.
Like,
No.
it's up on my YouTube channel.
No.
No.
I own YouTube. I own YouTube.
Man, no, I want to do crackhead hours because it'd be fun, and I haven't done a
No,
live stream in so.
My
I
account
own
isn't
YouTube.
working. You'll have to do it without me.
No, Sen, you have to come. Wow.
The sun
No,
is
it's
not turning
gotta
up.
be gotta be. But What was the question?
Memes. You and Gaddis have the gift of life. It's above me now. Memes. Memes is beautiful.
It's like, all right, here's my entire storyline on the Amino. All right, I somehow got accepted. Then I almost got banned a couple of times for like no reason.
Hold up,
Then I
sir,
shift.
y'all
No, it's because like, see my first ever shifting post. The old staff thought that I was like lying about that.
Oh yeah, I heard because people were getting salty about shifters and like them not believing posts that came back, and I was just like, it's not that impossible, y'all.
Yeah, because like everyone was like, "Oh, isn't that like a lucid dream?" And I was like, "No," because I was like pretty new as like one of the kind of first shifters here. I mean, like if you look at
Oh,
the shifting post, I'm like a third of the way down or halfway down, so I'm like quite early.
because I thought she was talking about something else. Because I'm like, Sin, I can tell you a couple reasons why you almost got banned and almost got me banned as well.
Such as,
How?
Okay, so y'all want some tea? So Sin's ex-girlfriend, who shall not,
oh, her, how did she get us almost banned?
got me and Luna almost banned. Who shall not be named. You was there.
Yeah, but it was like, why were they trying to ban you? Because it's like, we literally made a
Okay,
GC with them,
so
and I gave them like 20 screenshots of our conversations, and they were like, no,
okay,
she's still the one at fault.
so they're trying to and see that this is funny because those same set people aren't my friends anymore. Well, minus a few of them because they apologized. But anyways, so basically, since old girlfriend said that me and another former friend here gave her death threats. And I'm like, I be minding my business because I'm working two full-time jobs and I'm in school, huh? So then so like after all that got sorted out, whatever, because I was like, I have like no business. I'm like, clearly this post is directed towards us. Why are y'all even allowing this drama shit? So what's going on? So after that died down, like the week after, it was crazy. So some shit popped off. Sin came back. Sin was dying. Like I like, cause I'm an energy reader or whatever. So I felt that, and I like almost threw up at work and blah 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 blah. So we're like, Sin, leave, don't be a dumbass, and he was being a dumbass. So I love you still. I don't anymore. Never mind that. So me and another former friend, we were like, Sin, my guy, what are you doing? And because like in my mind, I thought like this was like a placebo effect. But this shit was happening in like two like separate occurrences, and it's because we were connected to Sin. That's why we were feeling like this. Cause I could be at work, not on my phone at all, and she'd be like, "I felt this way," and I'm like, "Oh my god, I felt this way too." So Sin finally was like, "Oh, she's crazy," and I'm like, "Yeah." Sin also lied during that whole situation, but we're not gonna go through that. When people are in love. So afterwards, cry silently. So afterwards, so like after all this stuff went down, Sin is very. Sin used to be very. What's the word? Delicate.
Yeah.
So
He was cute. He
I would
still
probably
is
say
so
the
cute.
first kind of 2 months I was here was quite delicate, but after that, like, I'd say by the like where I am at the moment is drama doesn't even affect me anymore. Like I'm just kind of numb to it all, and I'm like extremely mature now compared to what I was.
Sen was
so
so cute when he said me on the bed. My Mino, I was like, you're such a precious baby.
okay. So what is it? So the girl was 18, mind you. Since our age at that time, how are you? He was 14, just turning 15. So mind you,
Oh,
girl is
what?
legal. Girl is legal. Yeah.
Mm.
So after all of that, trigger warning. A lot of stuff died down. So me being a witch, gave her a little bit of bad luck because I felt like she needed it. I don't care. I admit
Yeah.
that. So my former friend, what she practices is like more so like game towards like revenge and all this other stuff, especially since she's a very vengeful person. So they're like, oh, so they're like, oh, because I don't want to say her name. So the other users were like, oh, she and so had put a curse on her, and I'm like, huh? I'm like, curse? I'm like, that's not my path. Like, I'm my like witchcraft and stuff. Like, I'm very like right hand. So I'm like, that's not me. So they're like, oh, like all this other stuff that was going on and all this other stuff. So because of that, so the girl started playing victim. I'm not trying to get too like deep into it. So the girl like started playing victim, and then like we had screenshots to prove that I was innocent, the other user was innocent, and Sin was like, girl, crazy. And hey, Oxy. And that's what happened. So I almost got banned because they felt like I was using like my gifts and my other talents to bring harm to somebody else. And that's not me. Like, yes, I gave her bad luck, but she was a pedophile. Whatever she does in her free time is her free time. So that's the
So
tea.
I'll explain the age situation. So okay, so when I first joined here, I was 15, and when I shifted, I was 17. So basically, when I came back, I was partially mentally 17, but it's like I kept going back and forth and then aging in my waiting room as well, like faster than here. So I got to a point where I was basically like mentally, or eventually like 18, but I was in a physical 15 body. Because it's like if you've seen that in the news, like there was a story about like a teenager in a baby body. It was like a little bit like that, but like really toned down. But then I actually did a mini shift last week, so I'm more kind of physically 17 now, but I'm still classified as 15 because of the year, but I'm 17, so it's like it's weird, but it's like I'm physically 17 here, but I'm 18 mentally, so I'm like, huh?
So
Just
like,
weird.
so when it was first started, girl knew what she was doing, but we not finna say that. And I'm like, oh, it's funny how you're doing this with a 15-year. We're not gonna get into that. Don't try me, baby boo, honey. I will, I will show you something. Anyway, so
Me,
that's the
I'm actually
tea.
respawn. Like I'm literally 12 in respawn. Like this is like slice.
I'm 21 here, but people mistake me for middle school.
Yeah, I feel the same. Like, how? Yeah, I feel the same as Lee, but I did kind of fix the age difference thing, like for some mini shifts.
Yeah,
T equals
yeah.
that. Period, boo. But
We have
Oxy was
lots of
just the
tea.
whole tea. So, anything like any other questions y'all have before we end this live stream? Can I get a quick recap? Basically, somebody lied about their age to well, mm, it's about how I almost got banned from here. There we go.
Gotta needs to stop changing his profile picture. God damn it.
The rest of my story, there is none. Like, I literally just explained everything. So it's like,
I'm
I
20.
don't know, it's weird because I aged like 3/4 years in like 6 months because shit's complicated when you do shift and yeah, I shift like 1 year every 3 months. So I go like 4 years every year.
You guys know what though? Like in my new timeline, I'm gonna be 16, but like in respawn, I'm 12. But then also like my actual age is like ridiculous. It's redonkulous. Like the universe is not even the same age as me. So I'm just kind of here like, what do you classify me? I'm like on different levels of like being aware of like my physical forms, but like consciously my brain is like yeeted to another ancient dynasty. Like what is this? Who put that cat inside the pot? I'm gonna fight. There was a kitten. No, I cry.
Okay, for real, y'all got any other questions before we end this live stream on some serious shit?
No. Okay.
Visualization chips.
So, how do you need visualization tips?
I was gonna say something so NSFW. I removed myself.
Ito.
So, you
Anyways,
know the answer.
don't you have a whole post about how to? Okay. Anyways, moving on. Oh, so a little bit of shameless chef promo. Y'all go ahead and do Oxy's Christmas hashtag Christmas in my DR challenge.
When you finally are getting the balls to ask somebody, but then at the same time you want to run, so you just start to low key about to delete the message.
Okay, y'all. So if this is all the questions for today, I'd like to thank y'all. Oh my god. Do I have to visualize in first person? Cause man, no, you can visualize in first or third person. Anyways, so if there is no other questions, we'd like to thank y'all for joining our live stream and for coming out. Good luck if you're gonna attempt to shift tonight. I hope this live stream has helped you in any way, shape, or form. If anything, my DMs are closed. Sends are gonna be closed too, and same with Elu's because they need to rest. Um.
What's rest?
Anyway,
Mood, Sen.
rest.
It's all mood.
Rest. Um.
My DMs are never shut. Well, like, I haven't checked my DMs through this, so watch me come out and have like 50 DMs.
Drag Sen to go watch Black Clover.
Is there anything I need to worry about? Just asking. No,
Nah,
literally just go shift.
you're fine.
Stop saying things. So if there's nothing else to be said, again, thank you for coming out. If you're gonna shift tonight, good luck. If you're gonna respawn, good luck. Uh, like I said, DMs are closed. Do you guys want to close it on a more positive note? Someone call me in my DMs. Cousin. Hey, cousin.
Okay,
Hey,
my
cousin.
coming. I'm a crackhead, and thank you, Sen, for inviting me to come chat here. It was fun.
Goody.
All right, goodbye, y'all.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.